Hi everybody, it's Dina. I wanted to give you a training on my very favorite graphics website. It's canva.com. It is free, and for a free website, they give you the most easy to use, self-explanatory, free graphics, free images, free fonts that I have found out there. There are other websites out there that you can do graphics on. I've tried some of them. I come back to this one time and time again. So I wanted to show you some of the things that we can do with Canva and why I love it so much. And it's really important to create your own images because you want to stand out there in the world of social media, which is technically the world we're living in. You want to stand out. You want to be the reason that people come back to your site over and over and over, not just to shop, but to have fun, that they associate you with the things that they see, whether it's cute graphics or just ease of navigating your site, all those things. So one of the things I like about Canva is that they give you the templates, the background templates that are already measured for the different sites, because if you have Instagram or you're familiar with it, Instagram uses a different size for their images. If I were to try to put a Facebook post on Instagram, chances are that I'm going to lose the edges or the top. And Pinterest, you're going to get more pin traffic, which we'll talk about Pinterest because you should be using that to your advantage. You're going to get more pin traffic if you have longer posts or longer graphics. Go on Pinterest right now and you'll see what I mean. Twitter, I don't really use for Twitter, but I like the size of that and I will use it for other things sometimes. And look, you can even do Facebook event cover. So I'm going to, I want to show you a few different things, but we talked about the ability to utilize your banner and put a click here button. This is where I do it. But I want to show you some of the great things about Canva other than just creating a Facebook cover for your customer page. So let's say we want to create an engagement post. Engagement post meaning you want people to respond. You should be giving them a call to action, a CTA, as they say in training. Doesn't have to be a direct, like flat out, tell me, blah, 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 blah. But you want to get people engaging because the more people engage, the more people that see in their timelines. And the more engagement you get and the more exposure you get. And the more fun you have too. More fun when people engage. So I use a social media post because it kind of fits with Instagram and it fits with Facebook. Let's see. Let's talk about daylight savings. So daylight savings is something that's coming. Really good chance that we're going to want to put something in our Facebook, in our customer groups, and it can be fun. It can be a fun way. I honestly, off the top of my head, can't think of the date, but I know it's coming this month. Whoops. So the first thing I want to do is I want to find a graphic, and you can see they give you templates and ideas. These you don't have to use the pictures that you see here. These are templates that you can then use for spacing and ideas on, this looks good with this font, and I like the layout, and let's use this. So that's what that's for. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be that picture when you use that template. But I want free graphics. I am not paying for a picture because I know that there are sites upon sites upon sites out there where you can get free graphics. But do I want to go out and hunt down graphics right now? No, my time's important to me. So this is another reason that Canva is my favorite, my very best friend, because I can do this. Alarm, clock. Okay, and I am going to select free only. And then I don't really want a drawing of an alarm clock, so I want to select photos. And look at that. Look at all the free images. So I'm just kind of browsing. I like humor, personally. This lady kind of makes me laugh because you know what? I have done that to myself during daylight savings. I sure have. Whoops, see that little bit of white? There we go. So I'm stretching her out so she meets the dimensions. And then gotta put spring forward. Now, I paid for the business version of Canva. I'm probably going to stop because really what it's doing is it's giving me my brand fonts. So you should always, always, always stick to the same 3 fonts or so that you are recognized when people are scrolling. They say, oh, look, that's Dina's post because I recognize that font. That's the one she uses all the time. That's why. But so it kind of sets you up to have a brand, and so it makes it easier on you. So I'm going to put, oops, spring, I do know how to type, spring forward. And then I want it smaller so that it fits nice on her pillow. And maybe I'll do this. And I'll put, don't forget to change your blocks. I will probably play with this later, but I wanted you to see. Now, another thing that's super important is watermarking. We've all heard the term Facebook jail. But if you, and you don't want to have repetitive pictures out there because you will get locked out of Facebook. It has happened and it's not fun. But the other reason you want to watermark is you're going to all this trouble to make this picture. I found the graphic. I took my time sitting here. I made it all cute. I do not want someone going on to my pages and swiping my graphics and then using it as their own. But if I put my watermark on there and I put it strategically in a place that if they try to erase it or cover over it, it's going to look really obvious. That's okay, because then it looks like shame on you. You took someone's graphic and you covered over it. Plus, it gets your name out there. People are going to recognize your style. But when I do that, we can share. A little small. So I'm going to put this somewhere. You don't want it to be the thing that people see first, but you want it to be obvious that if someone were to try to get rid of it. Now I could put it down here. However, you don't want to put it too close to the bottom or edges because someone could just change the size of the picture and remove it. I'm going to change the color a little bit. Now see this lovely little button here? Watermarking, I was so confused when I first heard that term because I thought, oh my gosh, I don't see a watermark button. It means that you're kind of taking this and you're making it transparent. And you're making it just like it says. That if someone were to try to take your picture, it's going to be really obvious that they tried to get rid of your watermark, your logo. So if I were really playing around and I had more time, there are time constraints on this training. If I had more time, I would probably play around and try to creatively stick it in the clock somewhere. But see, I don't like that because I think it's too obvious. Great thing to do is to put it in shadows because shadows are inconspicuous, but also hard to cover up if you get rid of it. So again, I'll play with it, but you get the idea, right? So then what I would do is I'm going to save this to my March folder. I have a folder for every month on my desktop so that when I'm looking for graphics for my parties and for other things, I know it's probably going to be in the relevant month. But I also have an engagement folder as well because you want to engage your folks. But this is going to go in March because that's when daylight savings time is. Okay, so I want to make sure that it's saved because many times I have not read that all changes saved and have gone and posted my graphic and said, hey, where did this go that I added? Just make sure it's saved. So I'm going to download that and that will go to wherever I save it and then I can use it later. But it will also live in Canva forever. So if I wanted to go back in here and say on Sunday, blah, 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 because I can't remember the date right now, it will let me. It will live here forever. All I have to do, let me see, I'll close this. And I will go to all your designs, which are all my designs. So these are all the things. Now, I didn't make the bundle, but the lovely lady that lets you make the bundle just asks that you watermark them. So I did. I watermarked my bundles. And so here's all the things that I have ever made. And there's Spring Forward. So that is really Canva in a nutshell. And I really, really, really want you all to try it and make the most out of making your website and your customer page yours. Make it unique to you. You are going to be able to use anything that I put on our team page, and you can use those graphics as well, because why reinvent the wheel? If someone comes up with a good graphic, let's share it. However, you need to be creative and be you too. So that's where Canva comes in, because once you start playing with it, it's kind of addicting. But there you go. There's Canva. Enjoy and let me know what you think.